Do not attempt to adjust your set. This is a streaming freedom video bulletin. It cannot be stopped, and it is the only free voice left on the net. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. Now available for Skyrim modding on PlayStation, ported to both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 by Mod Author CegoPortsPSN. This is Subtleties of Skyrim, featuring the original combined works of Mod Authors Yuril for Subtleties of Skyrim, Red Mountain Lava, Distant Ships, and Vvardenfell Mushroom, and Mod Author BasPeeters1 for Solstheim Ash Storms with Glowing Embers. Subtleties of Skyrim brings new immersion to Skyrim's Solstheim region, bringing the Red Mountain to life. This truly impressive level of detail is made possible by the mod adding things that work like an LOD. Lava on Vvardenfell's Red Mountain, which gives the Dunmer one more reason not to return there, is in the Tamriel world space the equivalent to displaying less than one vanilla barrel, and in Solstheim's world space the equivalent to displaying one vanilla barrel. As you travel Dragonborn, you'll be met with a truly immersive experience no matter what the harsh lands of Solstheim may throw at you. Experience new levels of realism and detail, as well a feeling of urgency, with Solstheim's ash storm weather effects. Unlike vanilla ash storms, the storms added by this mod feel as if they could be a true threat to the inhabitants of Solstheim and all they hold dear, as the Red Mountain spews forth glowing hot embers within the ash storms. This is accomplished by the mod replacing the ash particle that's used during the vanilla volcanic ash storm weather with a new texture that contains embers. There may be times during your journey Red Mountain appears the way you've always known it, but don't be fooled by this familiar facade, for eventually the mountain will awaken again. Solstheim is not the only location to witness the immersion brought on by this mod. If you have mods that add locations near Solstheim and you can see its world space from them, why not travel to one? For example, Mirage Island, where you can take in the spectacle and awe of the mountain in all its glory, safe in the knowledge that you are far from it, and safe in the knowledge that once you decide to return to Solstheim, the people there might have more than a few choice words for you. Once you make your journey back to Tamriel, the immersion added by the mod doesn't end. Whether it's witnessing the sunrise from atop the throat of the world and catching the slightest glimpse of the mountain through the thick cloud coverage, or possibly seeing the mountain as it erupts during a moonlit night at the Sea of Ghost, the immersion added by the mod is still clearly visible in the Tamriel world space. It should be noted, according to the mod description, there are limitations to the detail that can be seen from Tamriel. However, at least at each location that I checked, I was still able to see an impressive amount of detail and nice amount of immersion added by the mod. Speaking of the Sea of Ghost, while you journey near there, some of you may be extremely lucky to catch a glimpse of ships sailing in the far-off distance. The chance and likelihood of seeing these ships seems to be quite rare. You have no idea how long it took me to actually capture footage of them, of which I was only ever able to get one of them sailing at a time, and had to be quite far out in order to do so. What originally started as a one-time private comparison for myself, just to see what the mod did, quickly had me going back in to get additional footage to make a proper showcase, as I saw the mod clearly deserved it, as well deserving a spot in my load order permanently. If you feel that the mod deserves a spot in your load order, please keep in mind there are several versions of the port available on Bethesda.net, a PS4 version and PS5 version, so please make certain that mod version matches game version for textures to display properly. As well, read the mod description in its entirety before choosing to download and install it. There's also a separate version by a different mod author, Ysmir's Beard, that has a much smaller install size. I was curious to see what, if any, difference between the install size, as it is quite a big difference there was, and at least from the one private comparison that I ran for the two separate versions of the mod, it seemed that the smaller install was missing some detail, as well the embers during the ash storms. However, this could have been a mistake in my comparisons, but I don't believe it to be, as I set them up the same way I set up any comparison. Whatever version of the mod you ultimately choose, if any, to download and install, I'd like to say thank you to the mod authors that originally created it. Thank you to both mod authors that have made ports of this mod to PlayStation. And thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin via the Eyes Only Informant Net. Peace out.